Let's try something for a second. I want you to actually picture this, not just hear it. There is $1 million sitting in your investment accounts right now. You are not at work. You are not glued to the markets. Maybe you are just on the couch with a coffee, and money is landing in your account anyway every single month. That is not a fantasy. That is simply what $1 million invested dollars does. At a 4% return, that is about $40,000 a year showing up on autopilot, around $3,300 a month. Bump it to 5% and you are near $50,000 a year, 6%, 60. For doing, well, basically nothing. And it actually gets better because while that income is paying out, the million itself keeps growing quietly in the background. Leave it alone at a reasonable return and it can grow past $1.5 million in about 5 years and roughly double over the next decade. You did not earn that with your time. Your money earned it for you. That right there is the whole game. But here is what nobody actually sits you down and tells you. The day you cross that $1 million line, a bunch of things change that no one prepared you for. Some of it is amazing, some of it, honestly, is kind of a trap. So let's walk through the 5 real things that shift and how to hang on to as much of that million as humanly possible. Stick with me to the end because that last one, the tax stuff, is where a lot of Canadians quietly give away thousands of dollars they never needed to. Real quick though, how rare is this? We are talking money in investments and registered accounts here, not the value of your house. On that basis, a 7-figure portfolio lands you in the wealthiest few percent of Canadians. It is genuinely uncommon, so hitting it is not just a nice number on a screen, it is a real change in your life. Okay, let's get into what actually changes. So the first thing, your money starts handing you a paycheck, and this one is pure upside. This is income your capital earns while you sleep, while you're on vacation, whatever you are doing. Put real numbers on it. $1 million invested for income at 4% gives you roughly $40,000 a year. At 5, around 50. At 6, about 60. Even at the safe end, that is $3,000 to $4,000 a month, landing whether you clock in or not. A leaner household can basically live on that, and for the average family, it covers a big chunk of the monthly bills all on its own. That is the moment your job flips from something you have to do to something you get to choose to do. You have built yourself a floor, and that floor keeps paying you even on the days you would rather stay in bed. The second one is where it gets genuinely exciting. You finally get to see the snowball. Everybody talks about compounding, but when your balance is small, you honestly cannot feel it. Here is why $1 million flips the switch. 6% on $100,000 is about $6,000 a year. Nice, but not life-changing. 6% on $1 million, that is $60,000 a year. Same return, completely different world. This is also where that 4% rule people love comes in. Draw about 4% a year, and your money can last for decades. On $1 million, that is 40 grand a year. And if your portfolio is earning 5 or 6 while you're only taking 4, it does not even shrink. It keeps growing while it pays you. The snowball is now rolling on its own, and you're just watching it go. Number 3 is less about your wallet and more about your head. Your decisions stop being run by money and start being run by you. When money is tight, it makes your choices for you. When you have a cushion, you take the wheel back. 2 things happen. First, you earn the right to say no. The bad boss, the unfair ask, the project that drains the life out of you. Once you know you could walk away anytime, those turn into choices instead of traps. And weirdly, that calm usually makes people better at their work, not lazier. Second, you start valuing your time over a few saved dollars. You stop chasing the cheapest option on principle and start protecting your hours. Money stops being the boss. Your time takes over. The fourth one honestly caught me off guard when I first learned about it. Your circle shifts and you kind of settle down. As your money grows, you tend to talk about it less, not more. A lot of seasoned investors admit the same thing pretty quietly. Getting wealthier can feel a little lonely. Not everyone gets your situation, and at the same time, your investing chills right out. When your balance is small, a big risky bet feels tempting. When you are sitting on $1 million, a steady 5% is $50,000, a full salary for a lot of people. So you stop swinging for the fences and start building calm, steady, boring income. And here is the little secret. Boring is exactly where the money is. Now, number 5, the big one, the one I really need you to hear, because this is where the CRA quietly pulls up a bigger chair at your table. Once your investments get large, especially outside your registered accounts, the tax picture changes fast. In a regular non-registered account, interest gets taxed as ordinary income at your full marginal rate, which in most provinces creeps toward 50% at the top. Canadian dividends get a break thanks to the dividend tax credit, and capital gains are only partly taxable, but both still pile onto your taxable income. And then there's the sneaky one, the trap that ambushes people in retirement. It is called the OAS clawback. Push your income past a certain line, and the government starts taking back your old age security piece by piece like a hidden surtax for being successful. The more income you pull from a taxable account, the more tax you pay, and the more benefits you can lose. So how do you beat it? You shelter your money, and Canada actually hands you some incredible tools for exactly this. The TFSA is the MVP, no contest. Everything inside it grows and pays out completely tax-free. And here is the part people miss. When you pull money out of a TFSA, it does not count as income at all. So it does not bump your taxes, and it does not trigger that OAS clawback. For a higher income retiree, that is huge. Then you have got the RRSP, which gives you a deduction going in and shelters your growth until you take it out later. And if a first home is the goal, the FHSA gives you a deduction on the way in and tax-free money on the way out. How you balance your TFSA and your RRSP is genuinely one of the most valuable decisions you will ever make, and most people figure it out way too late. So do not be most people. Quick reality check on the timeline, because how you invest matters way more than how much. Say you start at 30, putting away $500 a month. Leave it in a plain savings account, and after inflation takes its bite, $1 million is basically a lifetime away, if it ever shows up at all. But take that same 500, put it into low-cost index funds and ETFs inside your TFSA and RRSP, let a long-run average return do the heavy lifting, and you're looking at $1 million within a few decades. Triple it to $1,500 a month, keep it sheltered, and you could be there in roughly 20 years. The takeaway is dead simple. Cash alone almost never gets you there. Consistent investing inside tax-sheltered accounts gets you there so much faster. So let's tie it all together. $1 million invested dollars puts you in a small, wealthy group, and getting there changes 5 real things. Your money starts paying you, the snowball becomes visible, your decisions become yours again, your circle and your mindset grow up, and the tax system starts treating you very differently. That last one is where the money is won or lost, so max out that TFSA and use your RRSP for all it is worth. And please, hear this part. If your accounts are nowhere near $1 million right now, do not let that get you down. Nobody starts at the top. Point yourself in the right direction, and it can take a couple of decades. Point yourself the wrong way, and it takes forever. And it always starts the same way. One index fund bought consistently starting today. Just remember these limits and rules change, so check the current numbers before you count on them. One last thing before you go. If you are near zero right now and this all feels impossibly far away, I really want you to hear me on this. Every single person who got there started exactly where you are standing today. So smash that like button if this fired you up, subscribe if you actually want to make this your story, and go open or top up your TFSA today, even if it is just $20 to get the ball rolling. Future you is going to be so glad you did. Take care of yourselves.